What's up, everyone? It's Wipeout. Before I get started, I'm going to just take a moment to thank everybody that donated since my last video towards upgrading the channel to high definition. I'd like to thank KingsandmanII for sending in $5.40, Mumbo101 for sending in $10, ITRambo85 for sending in $5, Bong Squad 420 for sending $4.20, and Edwin1Neo for sending in $1.50. So, into my whole argument tonight. Now, the PlayStation 3 is a much sleeker system. The looks, the way it operates, and the products that you get for it are all much sleeker, much nicer, more professional looking, and just a lot, have a lot of small things that make them better. Now, just from the very beginning, the buttons. When you go to turn on a PlayStation 3 and an Xbox 360, here's what you're up against. Now, with the Xbox 360, you have an actual button you got to press in, and it's got the 4 lights around it. And most Xbox owners, they're afraid. You go, and when you press that button, you go to hit the button. There's somewhere in the back of your head, you're thinking, man, I hope it doesn't red ring this time. So, that the button for the Xbox has become a fucking symbol of fear. That's funny. Now, the PlayStation 3 is very sleek when you turn it on. There's a touch sensor. It's not even a button. You just put your finger on it for a second, graze your finger across it, and it turns on. Which goes to the next part of my argument. On the Xbox 360, once it starts turning on, there's fucking loud noise. There's an intro video. It's fucking abrasive. There's shit like going on everywhere, and it's crazy. It's like you're in a fucking Mountain Dew commercial. That's like what it's targeted for, like fucking teenagers and kids who want to feel like they're in a fucking dirt biking video or some shit. So on the PlayStation 3, when you turn the PlayStation 3 on, it's very sleek. There's a little symphony that plays for a moment. You got the black screen with the moving graphic in the background that's very nice looking. It's professional. Even the overall look of the system on the PlayStation 3 is much nicer. It blends in with any entertainment system much easier than the Xbox 360 does. The Xbox 360 is very ugly. I don't care what color 360 you have, they look fucking ugly. Look, you stand it up, it looks like a goddamn toilet seat. Alright? So, everything about the PlayStation 3 is much sleeker, from the interface to the design of the system, how you turn it on, and what it does when you turn it on. Also, even the games that you buy for the PlayStation 3 are much nicer than the ones that you get for the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 games come in a tall DVD case that are bright green. It looks fucking ugly. It doesn't look nice on any shelf. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing for most collectors to have that shit. It's bright green. It looks nasty. PlayStation 3 games come in a nice case, short, clear. It's very nice. And another big difference is on the Xbox 360 games, since the case is green, you open up the case and it's green inside, like you're pulling your case out, like you're pulling your game out of a case of fucking puke, like like it's fucking sitting in fucking green shit. What the fuck is that? On the PlayStation 3, you have inside artwork. I mean, that's just like a nice touch that collectors will notice and appreciate. You have inside artwork. I actually gutted out a few of my games here so I could show the inside artwork to some of these, because it's a nice touch, and it's something that no Xbox 360 game has. It's just a nice touch that collectors appreciate. Even the CDs themselves last longer and are better to get on the PlayStation, because on the Xbox 360, it's a regular DVD. They scratch easily. If you try to clean it with your shirt, it scratches. And with a Blu-ray disc, games and movies, they come with a gel coating, Duravis coating on the bottom that makes them very resilient to scratching. You can clean them with a regular cotton shirt, and they look beautiful. And they'll last for a long time. Whereas on the Xbox 360, you don't have the protection on your discs. You don't have the protection on your discs, and it just, the discs get scratched up. Everybody knows how that goes. Even the system by itself, even if you take very good care of your discs, the Xbox 360 scratches CDs if you bump the system. Some of them you don't even have to bump. The drives just become miscalibrated, and they end up scratching discs. And that sucks. What happens if you have a game? I mean, I don't think any fucking Xbox game will ever be worth anything, most likely. But what if you have an Xbox 360 and you're playing some game in it that's worth some money somehow, and then that thing scratches your disc and you're fucked. You're out of a rare, game. So that's whack, I'm not afraid to put a $150 Final Fantasy VII CD inside of my PlayStation 3 because I know it's built well and it's not going to become damaged just from playing it. Now, even the controller is better. On the Xbox 360, the controller is terrible. Everybody knows that the hat for the D-pad on the Xbox 360 is extremely unresponsive and it sucks. Whereas on the PlayStation 3, you have a much better D-pad. Actually, this D-pad is really cool and unique because this D-pad is actually pressure sensitive. It's the only system, actually I think the PS2 might have had it, but the PS3 is the only current gen system right now, and I think PS3 and PS2 are the only systems, period, to ever have a pressure sensitive D-pad. That means that when you're like playing a racing game or any kind of game, the D-pad is actually analog. Instead of having to move slow, for instance, instead of having to tap and then like hold to move at a constant speed, or maybe like you hold this to walk and then hold down another button and then hold a direction to run, you don't have to do that. You press softly to turn slowly or to walk slowly, and then you press harder to run or turn sharply. The Xbox 360 doesn't have that. Its D-pad is terrible, while on the other hand, the PlayStation 3 is one of the best D-pads ever created, if not the best. Actually, yeah, I'll go as far to say this is the best D-pad ever made. So, that's just another reason. Even all of the other accessories, we have light guns, we have better wheel support. I don't care how good people think Forza 2 is. You guys obviously aren't that into racing if you think Forza 2 is great, because it doesn't support a clutch and gated shifter. Gran Turismo does. The PlayStation 3 does. The Xbox 360 does not support the best wheel on the market, which is the Logitech G25, which has the 7-position gated shifter, clutch pedal, 900-degree steering, ultra-realistic force feedback. The PlayStation 3 supports it, but the Xbox 360 doesn't support it. So, for racing fans, the PlayStation 3 really kicks the shit out of the 360 in that respect. So, I could go on about this forever. I really could. There are a lot of things about the Xbox 360 that just, you could tell they cut corners. I mean, it's not as nice for a collector. The PlayStation 3 is much sleeker. It's much sexier. It's more reliable. And that's the bottom line. So, guys, there it is. If you want something shitty, if you want a half-assed system, get a 360. If you're fucking drinking Monster and fucking Mountain Dew and you like Chuck E. Cheese, 360's for you. Go ahead. Buy your games with fucking tickets. That's ridiculous. It is like Chuck E. Cheese. Exactly like fucking Chuck E. Cheese. You have to fucking buy, to get a game or DLC, you have to buy points and then use the points to fucking get your fucking DLC. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna win some tickets from the machine in the arcade. I'm gonna go buy myself a fucking bouncy ball and maybe a fucking candy fucking bracelet. What the fuck is that shit? Why can't you just pay your fucking money and get it? Now, I know, Hip Hop Gamer, I watch your show, man, great show, but I have to disagree with you on this one thing about the store, the new Amazon store for Xbox 360. I'm sorry, but you're giving it way too much credit. You should not have to go to your PC, then to a third-party website, pay with your credit card, wait for a fucking email, write down a fucking code, go back to your console, turn it on, punch in the code, and get your download. That is way too much work. The Sony PlayStation Store is far more streamlined, and I'm actually going to do a whole nother video about how Xbox Live is designed to rip you off with the points. So, stay tuned for that, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you very much for the donations. Guys, if you can send some more in soon, we can get this channel fucking hopped up to fucking HD. I'll do gameplay, HD gameplay videos, HD reviews. We're gonna get this popping. So guys, thank you very much, and Trey for life.